Yo, what's going on, guys? What's going on? I need you guys to confirm my audio real quick. Hold on, let me go ahead. Here's you can look at some of these comments. I need you guys, it sounds good. Audio's confirmed. All right, guys, we got a treat for you today. We got myself, we got Fast Eddie Chambers in the back getting ready. And we're basically gonna do a Q&A today, y'all, where we answer your questions and we're gonna demonstrate it right now. We're gonna do it live. I don't know, Eddie, who else does that? Who else does that?
Nobody.
I mean, at least
nobody but us.
Nobody but us. Nobody at this level, at least. There might be some guys doing it, but they're not on Eddie Chambers type level. You know what I mean? Coach Anthony type. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. So listen, our job is to provide value for you guys. All I ask for you to do right now, obviously, we're not charging for this. This is something that we've charged for in person, but we're doing it for free here. Okay, just press the like button. Okay, share it with somebody who might need this, who might benefit from this. Zach, I'm going to need you to help me out here so we can see what's going on. And let me go ahead and get my mitts. Get your gloves. Get your gloves. I'm going to need you to help me with this, champ. All right, let's do it. Oh, you got them right there? Okay, cool. Cool. Let me see some of these damn comments. All right, everybody said, all right, cool. You can hear us loud and clear. All right, guys, so we're gonna start this off, man. Hold on. Let me know, Zach, when somebody drops a question. Let me strap up. Let me strap up on camera so they can see how serious this is. I'm getting the straps because Eddie hits hard. All right, so I gotta strap my wrist up, man. It's getting serious over here. All right. I gotta strap up, man. My wrist took a beating over the years, man. Took a beating. All right. Let's see here. What we got, Zach? What we got?
I don't know if it's a question, but it says when the student is fighting an opponent that is lefty, and the lefty is relying on throwing the left hand hook that comes from down up, not the uppercut, but the looping left, and comes from down up.
All right, let me see here. When your student is fighting an opponent that is a lefty, and the lefty is relying on throwing the left overhand from Dandy, I don't know what the hell you're asking, Dandy. I got to keep it a stack. I'm going to need you to rewrite that for me, man.
Oh, we got another one. I'm orthodox and got sparring coming up against a southpaw. How can I evade his body shots as a shorter fighter against a taller opponent?
Okay. Well, it really doesn't matter if you're fighting a southpaw or an orthodox. You know what I'm saying? The evade the body shots is quite easy. So go southpaw, Eddie. You like going southpaw? It really just depends on how you like to stand, right? So the main thing to evade the body shots, besides the obvious, okay, well, let's go ahead and go with the obvious. Show them where your elbows need to be. Elbow. Now, this is one thing I do like about like the Philly shell or the shoulder roll. Face the camera. When you stand this way, look where this body shot, look where that elbow's at, all right? Look where this is at. You see that? So when you're standing like that, your body's already protected, okay? Now, of course, you're open where the chin is exposed to a degree, but if you know how to shoulder roll, you're not gonna have a big problem there. If you know how to bend the waist, right, you're gonna go undershot. So that's a whole nother thing. But let's just say you're a traditional boxer, your hands are up, elbows in, chin tuck, whatever. Just keep your elbows where they need to be. If he tries to bring a shot around the side, boom. He tries to bring a shot, boom. If I try to come up the middle, right, you just go ahead and you gotta just bring that in, okay? Another thing you could do to make sure you don't deal with those body shots, right? Just use your footwork, right? He steps in, you step back. Just take it away from him, okay? That's another option. Another way you could avoid body shots is when he goes to go to your body, make him pay with something. So maybe he pops a jab, you know what I mean? Or if I'm close, yeah, go ahead. So you can go ahead, talk, Eddie. Let them hear.
No. If somebody's coming in, especially head first, and they're trying to throw that shot to the body, there's a risk with it. So if he's bringing that down here kind of fat, because he has to in a sense, as he comes down, that check is coming across.
Yeah.
Especially if in a southpaw position. So that's perfect.
Right. So if I'm close in range, kind of like where I was, then yes, I would recommend hooks and uppercuts. Right? If I'm a little bit further away and I'm one of these guys who are just rushing in, then bang, you could just. So basically, when you make them pay, that'll prevent them from wanting to get those body shots off. What are the lines of defense that we talk about? We talk about,
I say it all the time.
right? We talk about the 4 lines of defense. There might be some more than 4, but we're going to start with the 4. The first one, of course, is blocking. All right. The next one, of course, is your footwork. All right. The next one, of course, your head movement. And of course, your offense could be your best defense. Boom. Make me not want to punch. All right. So you just have to know how to operate, though, champ. You got to know what you're doing. Okay. So that's another main thing. I know I'm staying on this for a minute, champ. I know I'm staying on this. All right. I'm not rushing. Look, my camera guy's trying to get me to shut up to move on to the next question. We're not doing that, guys. We're providing value. Okay. Listen, you have to make sure you know what you're doing. See, this is why, like, when we try to give you guys game and we try to, like, when I tell you guys to grab the courses and all this type of stuff, and you're like, oh, here goes Coach Anthony promoting his courses, it's because I want you to know what the hell to do. I can tell you punch. I can tell you block. But if you don't know how to actually do it, you're going to have an issue, okay? And if you do know how to do it, then you need to do what you know, okay? You have to actually do it, all right? So let's move on. Go ahead.
Someone asked, can you show us how to set up a liver shot?
Oh, absolutely. I think we've covered this before. I'm going to give you a good one, though. Go ahead. Turn around. Go. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
So, you know what? Nah, I'm not doing that. All right. So the easiest way to set up a liver shot, champ, you got to get the guy to raise his hands. Real easy. So what's Eddie going to do? He's going to go ahead, throw a hook to my head. Bang, and then bang. Okay, now, there's things you have to understand when you do that. Let me go ahead, Eddie. Let me demonstrate. When I throw that shot to Eddie's head, right? You gotta, like, get them to respect that shot, right? Because if I just, like, listen, there's an old saying in combat, okay? Big shout out to one of the fighters I used to train, King Mo, all right? Because he used to always say this, and it's, a good offense can't be countered, it can only be defended. All right, but the key to that sentence is a good offense. Let's take it a step further, a great offense. All right, so you do not want to throw your hooks to the head to Eddie, okay, or a quality fighter for that matter, you know, like a bitch. Let's just keep it a stack, all right? Like, you want Eddie to know that that's real. So when I go here, man, I decide to go downstairs. He's so busy defending upstairs that I'm not getting hit with that. Another one you could do is a nice maneuver. I love to teach that one as well. Now, of course, you're going to have to do this when your opponent's a little fatigued. Okay, I wouldn't recommend doing this right off the rip because guys are alert. But let's just say you've been fighting for quite a while. We're exchanging in the pocket, and he's here. I can maneuver. Now, when I maneuver,
I love that.
Right, go ahead. I'll let you demonstrate it.
I love that move. That's why I used to do it all the time.
Eddie used to do it. You see what I'm saying? He got proof that he did it. I know I told you guys I boxed before and stuff, but he's actually documented all his fights on YouTube and like his 48 pro fights.
When I did it though, I would do that with the hook, maneuver it, but I would throw the right.
Oh, that's nasty.
That's how I was doing that.
See, I like to maneuver here and then bring the same hand. Similar, we always call it the Mickey Ward because we come from an era where Mickey Ward was famous for that, right? But go ahead, demonstrate it.
But if I like for the right hand,
so look, hands are up. I'm a little bit tired.
It would be a combination. And then extra push through, and then rip it off.
All right, so go ahead, do it good so they can see a little pop. Good. You ain't got it through the 1-2 before that. You could just do the lead shot. Do the lead shot too. Just okay. Now I know it seems like I'm just giving it to him. Pause. But what you do have to understand, guys, is this shit really works, okay? So, but it's just a slight maneuver. You're not like shoving your opponent. You're not doing that. You're guiding it. It's very similar to that Lomachenko move where we peel down the hands and then throw the other shot. Very similar technique, but you go to the body with it, all right?
We got a $5 super chat from Drew Johnson. Where is the escape side defense when someone pivots / circles around your lead hand? Can't follow right.
Drew, I'm going to read this again, even though he told it to me, because I got to visually see what you're saying. Where is the escape / defense when somebody pivots circles around your lead hand, can't follow the right? You understand what he's saying?
So I think what he's saying is if you pivot or circle this way,
around the lead hand.
Where is the escape/defense when someone pivots circles around your lead hand?
I'll show it to you. So that's your lead side. So I guess you just have to pivot.
Oh, okay. All right, good. We're going.
Or like if you just
Can Eddie do that move again and then tell me and then confirm if this is what you're asking, Drew?
so if I go,
Is that what you're asking? Is that what you're asking, or number 2? Which is the other one that you're
the other
assuming?
one,
Circling. Which one was it? Can you just say 1 or 2 in the chat real quick so we can?
Exactly. They said the first one.
The first one. Okay, cool. So go ahead.
it's-
We can do it from the side. I do the move. That's how you deal with that.
exactly.
That's how you deal with that.
Now, say for example, somebody did some shit like what I would do is I would either blind them, throw a shot, get them, like throw a right hand, then they defend it, then I pivot off it. I did it. If you watch, I wish we could kind of tie them.
Well, that's the key. That's the key. We talk about this in angles and how to create them. Another shameless plug. A way to create an angle is to freeze your opponent.
Yeah.
So he'll freeze me. He'll get that shit off if he hits me with a shot.
Yeah.
So let's just say he goes ahead. Listen, we're in close, and you throw, boom. Now I'm here.
Yeah, I did that one.
See, you got me? He did a different one.
I did a different one.
But you gotta say throw a left uppercut or something, or boom, or exactly. You see what I'm saying? Or a left hook, and then he could pivot around and give me the left uppercut. I like that one even better.
Left uppercut, so-
Yeah, so you throw the hook, throw the left hook to the head.
Oh,
Boom, exactly. Bang. You see what he's doing? Or come back with the left uppercut on the second shot.
oh, yeah.
So like boom. So when he comes here, he could come underneath. That one's nasty because the glove is up, so you can split the guard. But what I like about that is that you landed a shot before you made the decision to make the move. We talk about angles all the time. Why do you think when Lomachenko fought guys that had better lateral movement, it was harder for him to do those fantastic angles he's known for because those guys understood that he was trying to get around them. And it's real easy. Like if he goes to get an angle to the right, I go to the right.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like do a side step. Even if you do a side step angle.
Oh, if I'm just trying to go, if I go here.
Yeah, like if I just go bang.
Oh, you mean like,
Yeah, like a rock bang. That's technically an angle when you get off to the side of your opponent. Okay, so when he goes this way, I go this way. Now you got nothing. See what I'm saying? But if he landed something and he went that way, exactly, he's getting it off. He's getting it off because my head's in the ceiling. You understand what I'm saying?
All right, we got.
I hope that's helpful. Let me know if that's helpful in the chat. Let me know if this is helpful, guys. If it is, I just want to make sure that we're providing value. Also, make sure you share this. Press the like button. I mean, it's as simple as that. You know what I mean?
What's the tip to help get my jab going against a shifty/elusive counterpunching type?
Feints.
Yeah, we took the word.
Hey, this is how you know. This is how you know we know what the hell we're talking about. This is live, Zach. This is live, Zach, in case you ain't know. This is live, all right? Listen, but anyway, I said feints, he was thinking feints. But that's really the only way you're going to do that. Go ahead, talk, Eddie.
Faint speed changes, level changes. You can't just do the same thing every time. Definitely faint.
Let's demonstrate. Show him some level changes and speed
For
changes.
example, if I was trying to throw, if he's shifty, if he's like you said, shifty, I like that in basketball. But if he's difficult target, elusive, I'm not gonna just give him one move like that. Then I might stab him to the stomach. I might fake here, and then I'll snap one upstairs. Always keep him guessing, not necessarily giving him an opportunity.
Can you demonstrate some speed changes with the jab?
Lay one out like that, something light, maybe fake there.
You see what he did there?
Yeah.
So it's like, and that's the thing, man. You'll see a guy throw punches and assume that that's their speed, not knowing if they're setting a trap.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? So Eddie's been very famous for doing that, moving real slow with his feet.
Yeah.
Show him how you move slow with your feet and throw a quick jab.
And then react with it.
Or no, do like a walk, like when you're just walking and then boop.
Like this. I go here, do this set, and then bah.
Exactly. See how quick the jab comes out? The footwork, the body language is slow. But then he does that. So that's a little bit off of what you were asking, but the whole point is change your speeds, change your level. Show him the level changes you was talking about.
It's like, see what I'm talking?
Yeah.
Up, down. Get them not knowing what's coming and whether. No, I thought you.
No.
Body says say pause.
No.
But no, just changing levels. Think of maybe body. You know what I mean? Especially if I jab to the midsection a lot, which is hard to detect. Sometimes you react to it because you feel like you know what's coming, and all of a sudden, boom, something upstairs. You know what I mean? Things to the body, bring the check hook off, different stuff like that.
The whole key to end this whole thing real quick is Get them to react to you, don't react to them, okay? Don't worry about what they're doing too much because then you're a step behind, okay? You want to be first. And being first doesn't always mean punching. Being first means feinting, level changes, body language, punching. All of these things work together in, in conjunction with each other.
You know what's funny? I used to spar with Steve Cunningham a lot. And his
Big shout out to Steve Cunningham.
Yeah, I was about to say. And it used to be, sometimes it was fun at times. I would be doing well at times. But his activity, his movement, he wasn't, even if he didn't throw a punch, he was just always here, always moving, always making you work. And I was like, God damn, if I was tired or if I felt like not a little under the weather or something or whatever, man, it was rough because he always moved.
All right, we got our $4.99 super chat.
Thank you for the super chats, ladies and gentlemen.
How do you defend shots that are being thrown from a fighter that's in a very low stance, specifically fighting a southpaw fighter?
How do you defend? The same way you defend shots from anybody, okay? Your hands just have to be in place or your chin has to be tucked. So, okay, go ahead. You're a southpaw. No, go ahead. What were you going to say?
No, I was if he's low.
If he's getting low and he's a southpaw.
He's a low guy. I say refrain from punching down. I say try to get on this level as much as you can, the best way possible. I'm not saying shorten yourself, but make sure you're still using your range. You're taller, use that advantage. However, don't stand up and be a big target and become a standstill high target, kind of like Ryan Garcia. Bend your knees, extend. Make him have to get through a solid foundation, a solid base, as opposed to a tall one. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I love about what Eddie just said was so dope? You asked about how to defend, and he gave you a strategy on how to deal with the shorter fighter, which is actually a different thing. That's actually a bonus.
Yeah, my bad.
You know what I'm saying? No, that's not your bad. I mean, it is because, you should have charged for that. You know what I'm saying? Nah, we love y'all. But at the same time, that's something that I talk about a lot. We talk about this a lot. We say that people have to know the questions to ask, the right questions. And you asked a good question, but only half of the question. The other question is, how do you deal with the shorter southpaw? Because you're going to block the shots the same way. Go orthodox for a second. If I'm a southpaw and I throw a hook, he's going to block it the same way. If I throw overhead, he's going to block it. If he wants to go under, he's going to go under. Everything's the same defensively, but it's about how do you approach the defense? How do you approach dealing with the shorter guy? You feel me?
We got one for Eddie.
Oh.
Like you're ready to rock Eddie Wednesday next fight.
Hey.
As soon as I can get one, bro. As soon as I can get one, you know what I mean? I'm not getting any younger, so we got to get on that shit as soon as possible.
They said, hey, coach, I'm looking for a solid mitt work routine. What's the way to incorporate that?
A solid mitt work routine? I'm not quite sure what you mean when you ask a solid mitt work routine.
Change the standpoint of
I'll tell you what, though, guys, just so you know, we actually came in here today to continue recording our mitt work course that's being released. And this mitt work course is going to be like no other. I'm going to give you guys a lot of the secrets that I've been holding back on actually giving to the public. It's helped me build fighters. It's helped me work with some of the top fighters. So that's just something for you to know. But a solid mitt work routine, look, it really just depends on what needs to be worked on. Okay, so let me just give you an example. Let's say Eddie's a beginner. Give me throw a jab that's like flawed, like a flawed jab.
I'm dropping.
Yeah, good. Right, so I see him shadow boxing, I see him dropping his jab. So now when I get in front of him on the mitts, I'm like, all right, throw the jab, bam, crack him one time so he knows not to do that. And then I'm going to tell him to bring it back to your chin, all right? So go ahead, bang. All right, so now we're working the mitts, and that's the focus. Okay, that's the focus. That's the focus. Now, the reason I'm saying that is to say whatever needs to be worked on is what gets worked on. So maybe you're throwing an uppercut, you're dropping your hand too far. Before you release, I'm going to say, no, shorten that up a little bit. Now, look what I did. I kind of grabbed his hand. I put him in position, okay? So my whole thing is I teach what I see when I'm working the mitts. I teach what I see. Don't let that go over your head. That's one of the biggest secrets to this whole coaching thing. We don't come in with a manual that says, okay, today is left hook day, right? No, we come in and say, Yesterday, when you were sparring, you kept getting countered with the right. So we're going to work on that today. So you don't get countered next time you spar. So therefore, you don't get knocked the fuck out when you fight. Excuse my language. You see what I'm saying? So that's kind of it's kind of hard to give you a mid-work routine. But what I can give you is access to the course when we drop it, where you're going to learn different ways to hold mitts for all the people out there who like holding mitts.
Got your plug. You teach how to hold mitts.
I'm teaching how to hold mitts. Yes, that's coming soon. So yes, 100% expect that before the year is up.
I already learned something from that.
He's learning how to hold mitts as he's in the course, because of course Eddie Chambers is the demonstrating partner. But see, what you guys got to understand about me is a lot of you guys who are watching me because I've built a reputation from holding mitts. You see what I'm saying? Like, I came into the game really as a mitt holder. Like, I held mitts for Hank Lundy. I held mitts for Outlaw Eric Hunter. I mean, some of my biggest opportunities that I've gotten, world title opportunities, came in as a mitt holder. I always had the knowledge to teach boxing and be a head trainer, but I had to earn my stripes. And one of the ways that you earn your stripes in boxing is through holding mitts if you want to be a trainer, okay? Not everybody goes that direction, but I did. And so mitts are, is very deep to me because it's something that has built a career. And honestly, through you guys respecting my resume has gotten people to listen to my YouTube channel and et cetera and et cetera. Even Eddie, working with Eddie, we built a relationship on the mitts before we decided to continue to move forward and do other things. So the mitts has been, been a life changer for me.
We got another $4.99 super chat. How to shift as a southpaw?
How to shift as a southpaw? Not quite sure. See, shifting gets a lot of people have different meanings when they say shift. So that's kind of a hard one for me to answer, depending on what you mean when you say shift.
That is a good question.
Because honestly, I know I've heard people say shifting in the past and it's meant like 4 different things. So I'm not quite sure what you mean. So maybe you can give me a different question and we can answer that, man. So super chat, thank you for the super chat. Ask a different question, we'll answer it. I know there's like 4 different shifting techniques though.
At first we said shifting, I thought we went from one stance to the other.
Yeah, I've seen people talk about that shifting where they switch the stance.
Yeah, is that what it is?
Is that what it is? Where you kind of just...
Yeah. What is a good way to do it?
Not sure about the terminology there, but sorry about that. All right, go ahead.
What's a good trap to set against a fighter that's continuously coming forward with pressure? EX Tank versus Rolling.
What's a good trap to set for somebody who's continuously coming forward? I mean, I like a shoulder uppercut. I mean, like for instance, this is what I like. Eddie will give you an answer as well. But if somebody's coming forward and they're aggressive and you got a good shoulder roll, okay, as soon as he feels that trigger, bang, he could come right back with that uppercut. You see what I'm saying? A lot of times guys are going to start downstairs before they bring their shots upstairs. Is there something else that you like?
I love this fight. That's why I bring it up a lot. But Vasily Girov was extremely busy and a come forward guy and a southpaw. And he fought James Toney for the cruiserweight title some years back.
That's one of my favorite fights.
I'm trying to tell you. And
Vasily Girov versus James Toney, guys. That's your homework for tonight. But go ahead.
That's a how-to because Girov was so big.
And he was a southpaw.
And exactly. That's what I was saying. So if you want a little bit of both, and it's so unorthodox, it would be considered unorthodox the way James Toney was like being the matador because he didn't necessarily move out the way a lot. He stayed there, but he was throwing shots in the middle. And eventually he paid off for him because the shots meant more. Even to the guy being so busy and such a pressure guy, he still landed the better shots and ended up getting the decision at the end. It was a hell of a fight.
Yeah, so I mean, you just gotta think when you're dealing with a shorter person, you gotta okay, if I'm fighting a tall person, it would be common knowledge that I say throw the overhand at some point. If you're dealing with the shorter person, it's common knowledge to throw the uppercut at some point, right? Because it's kind of like the person's shorter or the person's taller. So your key to set a trap could be, work your jab, disguise the uppercut, boom, let it go. Or give them the opportunity to come in, tuck, shoot the uppercut. These are different things you could do. If they shoot that left hook to the body, like Eddie said earlier, throw that check hook over the top. The key is to try to get those shots as they're getting close to you, either underneath or around the side. Those are really going to be the shots that you want to look for.
Is there a way to keep punches from flying in between my glove side and guard like you do that?
Say that again?
If they said, is there a way to keep punches from flying in between the glove / guard, or should I not be worried about my punches? About those punches?
Well, it depends on the situation. If those punches are actually being effective and opening up other bigger shots, and yeah, you should be worried about it. I don't really think you should allow any punches to land, to be honest. The problem with most guys when they do this, because I'm actually really familiar with holding put the hands up / earmuffs type of defense, is to not just stand here with this particular stance or with your hands this way without some sort of movement, be it making a miss at times or riding at the shots or going into the shots, taking off the power. So the idea is not just to allow the punches to come in, but to deal with them in some way. That may, like I said, that may be moving your head sometimes. Just don't be the same still target the entire time.
Also,
if your hands are up.
Also, if I'm going to add something to that is, don't go too long without punching.
That's even more.
Because if you're standing like this, right, and you're just standing like that, you're just going to be a punching bag. So if you can go ahead and punch off those shots, as soon as you feel a hook, boom, boom, or as soon as you feel a body shot, drop it and boom, this is going to prevent them from getting those shots off. And you just might have to close your guard a little bit more. You might have to be a little tighter with your defense, tighten up everything, because what happens is sometimes you think your hands are in the right positions, but they're either loose, there's a little bit of a hole, and those guys are able to slide through. And you got to think, like, even when you do the peel, like, guys who peel and bring the shot, oh, my bad.
No.
If you're standing fatigued in front of your opponent, that's when that's going to really happen, okay? And those type of shots really happen when you're fatigued. So you have to you have to be prepared. You have to tighten up. You have to be alert. These are all things that come into play with that. But you don't want to go too long without punching. That's the key. If you just allow too many shots, you're eventually going to get cracked with something.
How do you stay light on your feet when you're working on your side? I'm a shorter fighter, and when I get close enough to rage, I tend to become flat-footed and rely all on heavy hits. How can I do that?
You caught the question? Because I missed it.
What he's saying is, how do you continue to be light on your feet? How do you utilize movement at close range? You know that.
Oh, yeah. Eddie's one of the best.
And I use this move a lot now, more so now. And I realized, and I remember I was getting, there was a guy back in the day that was helping me and my dad train. And he was always saying, utilize that kind of movement. I didn't really understand it. I used to look at it like, I'd be moving like that at close range, but I understand it a little bit better now. Doesn't necessarily require that kind of move, like how I was just doing it. But if you utilize head movement with it, and you start getting to those angles, like for example, you go here.
That's nasty. That's nasty.
You know what I'm saying? And then if
do that again so they can see the science on it.
So say if the guy got his both hands up, right? And y'all on the side, y'all jockeying for position, y'all touching, and I pull my head here, he's gonna know or feel that I'm on this side. And then all of a sudden, when he starts to react to that, maybe he decides to throw a punch or maybe not, I'm gonna be here and I'm gonna come up to the other side. See how I got that angle there? So the same thing. So and sometimes I might not even be there long. I just might get the move over here and on the side here too. And then if he turns, I come back. Now that's
next level. That's next level. Let me turn so they can see what it would look like had I turned.
Okay, so if he turns, I go this way, and then I go back. See what I'm talking about?
Eddie gets that shot. Yo, this ain't make believe, y'all. Eddie gets that shit off quite a bit when he spars. I've seen it happen quite a bit now. That's basically a head feint. Like when you come over here, when Eddie puts his head on this side, he basically feinted me to think that he's gonna do something from that side. So when I react to try to drop to this side, I said, see, I went to drop to protect my body or whatever the case may be, and he's on this side now. You know what I mean? So, listen, that's like, there's an old saying, there's like, every fighter has a bag of tricks. That's one of Eddie's tricks. Okay, I don't know if everybody could pull that off. So for the people behind the screen watching this, be very careful trying some of this stuff. That's Eddie's particular thing. You see what I'm trying to say? But it's very effective if you can work on it and master it. That's 30. Damn, my camera guy is rough. He's like 30 minutes. We're done. We are not going to continue. We got 80 people in here right now, man. Do we want to stop? Guys, if you guys are getting value from this, let me know in the chat. Like this, share this if you want us to stay on a little bit longer. I'm having fun. helping you guys with this right now. But I want to make sure it's worth it to you guys if you guys are enjoying this type of content, okay? And that's it, man. Let me know what they're saying, man. If they're not saying good stuff, man, we cutting it right now.
This is why I subscribe. There's a lot of people that ask Eddie when you're fighting, get quality info.
Yeah.
Beautiful work.
You know where we messed up, though? We didn't put the questions on the screen when people were asking it. Yeah, we didn't do that. We messed up. See, we're rookies to this, huh?
This question probably, you got a $9.99 super chat. It's the same question about the switching stance, shifting stances as they're coming in. An example, Roberto Duran and Triple G, ones that come to mind when they use shifting to cut off the ring. How would you do that as a southpaw?
All right, so give me 1 second, Jam.
That down here.
Yeah. Ooh. No, I know.
I say it takes too long.
All right, good. What'd you say now?
This right here.
Shifting stances as you're coming in. Example, Roberto Duran and GGG is one that come to mind. They use shifting to cut off the ring. How would you do that as a southpaw? Still not quite sure what he's talking about.
He's talking about like
shifting to cut off the ring? I don't know if it's Triple G. I've seen Triple G.
I don't know if I'm right, but say you were moving, right? And you're moving, and I throw a shot or something, and you happen to get to this side. I don't know if this is right, and you start to circle, and you get away after I miss.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I don't know if that's true. Like, and all of a sudden I'm in the position. I'm just able to all of a sudden be in the southpaw position.
Yeah, 'cause there's a dude. What's the dude's name who knocked out Danny Jacobs? The one who broke his back or messed his back up.
I can't remember his name, but he's a European.
Oh my God! Can you look up his name for me real quick? It's like Petro. Is it Petro?
Something Puro or something.
Yeah, look up Danny Jacobs.
Dimitri.
Damn! Can somebody give me this name? He knocked out Danny Jacobs.
Yeah.
Dimitri Pirog.
Yeah. Okay. He did a shifting where he went like this, and then he went like this, and then he came with the overhand. That was like a shift. So is that what you're talking about, where you kind of switch stances?
If you're getting away, and this is what I was thinking. If you're getting away, so I threw a right hand and this, and then bam,
yeah,
come back.
That's somewhat a shift at 100%.
I would think. I'm guessing.
But I'm not too familiar with Triple G doing that.
I don't really remember seeing him do it. Maybe he did it.
Listen, bear with us, guys. We're trying our best to visualize what you guys are saying. So that's the only issue that I'm having right now. I just don't know how to answer a question that I can't really picture what you're asking. But yeah, listen, guys, we got some recording to do. We came in here to really record some YouTube videos, continue the Mitt work course. I want to say thank you to everybody who came in here. And guys, support the channel. Make sure you're subscribed, like, share it. If you guys are getting value from this, we got a lot of heat coming, and I want you guys to be part of all of this. This might be the last time that we do a pop-up live like this. So what I'm going to need you guys to do is make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you go to my Instagram. Follow me on Instagram at Coach Anthony, because I will be letting people know when I will be doing a live like this again, but it might be more private. It might be a little bit more intimate. All right, pause. Okay, and you guys have to keep up with me to be able to know when we're actually going to do this. If you guys want to learn real boxing, I got the Master Boxing Bundle. I'm raising the price on it, guys, after tomorrow. Tomorrow's Labor Day. We're done with the whole 90% off. That's a thing of the past. Like, we're finished. Okay, so go ahead, go to the website, CoachAnthonyBoxing.com. Grab that for 90% off. You wait till Tuesday, you'll be paying more than that. If you guys appreciate real boxing, real teaching, support it. You already know what time it is. There's nothing fake over here. We're teaching real boxing online to everybody. And I want to say thank you for the love and support. And you already know, Boxing Life.